Welcome to the Wasteland News Network. My favorite event, Meat Week, returns August 17th through 23rd, and the new rare weapon plan is for the Pepper Shaker. If you're a first-time player, you'll have everything you need to have a successful Meat Week in this episode. Meat Week actually consists of two separate public events. The first one being Primal Cuts, and that happens about every 15 minutes, and it takes place all over the map. And what you do is you kill the animals and take the prime cuts of meat. There's the icon you can see. This one's particularly difficult. We get a lot of larger creatures here, the one near top of the world. So just go ahead. It says difficulty easy. It's not that easy. Go ahead and join the event. I'll show you kind of how to start the game up. And the second part I'll tell you about in just a moment. It tells you here that you have to bang on the steel drum to attract prime beasts. So let's go ahead and do that first. This character on my PC character. Friendly cows. I wish that was all we had to kill for prime cuts. Unfortunately, this one brings out all of the Yaogwai. So go ahead. The first thing you do when you do Primal Cuts is bang on the steel drum, make some noise to attract the prime creatures. And boy, do they ever arrive. I've got this little basic handmade on PC, so yeah, this is going to be a slaughter, and it's going to be me. Okay, so that has completed, so you just have to kind of wait. I can sometimes get up there on top of one of these metal cage things and hide up there, but not today. Here they come. Let's see how I'll last. That was like 4 seconds. Okay. It's a slaughter. All right. Between like 3 or 4 of those, it gets the honey beast. There's not a lot of good spots to hide, and they are all over the steel drum area. This is not going to be good. And I'm pretty sure it's been almost a year that the prime cuts are actually awarded to you automatically. I don't think you need to go up and actually pick them up off the killed beasts. So let's head over to part 2. And it takes place just a little bit south of Vault 76. It's best to arrive before the event begins. You can travel to 76 and just run down the hill to the location. It takes place at the top of every hour. So you have lots of opportunity to do. And there you go. Joining event, Graham's Meat Cook. Now, this footage was shot in the PTS, and Graham is missing. You might hear his dialogue, but he's missing from the cookout. He actually sells some rare recipes, like Charlie's Feed, which is very important. Get that recipe, go ahead and start a little mini farm, gather your ingredients, and I'm going to show you all the different stations. There you can see you can join the public event that way, through Graham's Meat Cook, or again do Primal Cuts. Sometimes they happen around the same time, so this event can complete very, very quickly, sometimes in the first minute or two, because if a lot of players have come in and there's, say, 3 players on the drums and 3 players turning the meat spits, it can speed up the game really quick, the event really quickly. And also if a lot of people drop off prime cuts of meat, there we go. So here we go. This one is with other players. I will show you how quickly this is. We've got about 54 seconds. I think at this point in time, you can go ahead and place the meat in the areas. So here's a quick overview of the event area. There's Charlie. Usually Graham is kind of behind over by the cook station. So there's Charlie. And off to the left there was the cook stove and the kindling pile that we passed. Usually Graham is hiding out there. He tends to wander a little bit sometimes, but not often. And just off to the right, that is where you deposit your prime cuts of meat. And for every stack of 5 prime cuts, you get 5 script, and the maximum is 15. And you can easily do that in an hour. So you have a choice of this cauldron to add your prime cuts, and most people forget that there's one off to the left. So you can go ahead and add your stack of 5 prime meats, and the event has begun. This area can be kind of busy. Do not forget to do it first. A lot of us have, or you've accidentally eaten it or cooked it. But anyways, then you're after critter chunks. So just head behind the chemical drum display, and there's lots of little critters that continuously spawn back here. And you're after the ones on the quest marker, the critter chunks. So go ahead and pick those up. And the meter is moving along pretty good. I just picked up everything. Sometimes you might be able to loot if another player has killed a critter. It just depends. And here's another one. So we've got about 3 critter chunks. Let's go show you what the greens look like. These are the 2 major ones to find. The critter chunks and Charlie's greens. There we go. Grab one of those, and I'll show you where you deposit those in a moment. There's also little mini event areas, things to do, like extinguish the brush fire. There is also stinky meat piles of spoiled food, so go ahead and clean those up. Those move the progression bar a little slower. Like I said, you can also bang on the chemical drums. They're off to the right. You can add kindling to the fire or the wood pile. And there's the main area right here. You're going to deposit the greens here in this cooler. And on the left side in the shopping cart, you're going to deposit those little critter chunks. And there's behind Charlie, you can also pick up the stinky poop piles. And also you can deposit your Charlie's feed. There's a little green. There's one more back here. You get the layout after you play a couple of times. This event is almost over. You could add Charlie's feed there. Here are what the 3 spits look like. And that's how quickly, and there were not a lot of players here, maybe 3 or 4. You always get a legendary. More than likely it's going to be a 1-star if it's been the same as previous years. You'll always be awarded at a successful event completion. You will get a 1-star. And here we go. The new plan this year, one of them are the decoy ducks. If you're a new player and have never played Meat Week, I'll show you the other rewards. You get a couple of meat cleavers and things, but under your notes, you get the beer stein display case that can't be dropped, and you'll never get it again once you already know it. And you'll get the Meat Week souvenir beer stein for your collection. Again, this year you have the decoy ducks. There's a fruit wreath. There's a really awesome barbecue shopping cart that's powered by a bicycle. That's really cool. Well, best of luck to all of you in getting the brand new plan this year for the weapon called the Pepper Shaker, and I'll see you out in the wasteland during Meat Week.